So it's the Sunday fixtures, and the first of them at Old Trafford, Manchester United versus Everton. Now, Everton coming off the back of that a great win at home against Chelsea. Duncan Ferguson buoyant and full of enthusiasm. United, well, they beat the champions at the Etihad, of course, and have since disposed of Alkmaar in the Europa League, so they were in good form as well. United's team unchanged, really. Lingard retaining his place and Pereira on the bench. Still no sign of Pogba. Within a minute, a big chance for Lingard, and his effort went just wide. Could have done better. On 5 minutes, a second corner from Everton. Bernard had the shot, but it went wide. A minute later, Holgate had a shot from distance, but it was easy for De Gea. Lindelof, great diagonal ball to Rashford, but again his effort was quite wide. That was on 9 minutes. And then another sweeping move. The ball played behind the fullback by McTominay, but James again got onto it, but his effort went wide. Difficult angle though. At 20-minute mark, United was certainly getting more of the ball, but there was nothing really clear cut for either team at this stage. 25 minutes then. Another foul by Davis on McTominay, and he got a yellow card for that one. Free kick just outside the box, and Rashford's effort was repelled by Pickford. On 33 minutes, though, Lindelof fouled Richarlison in a dangerous position. It was on the left of the penalty box. And a couple of minutes later, a corner, and it came across. The Everton defenders were in the box. De Gea made an attempt to clear it, but completely misread it, and it fell to Lindelof by surprise. It hit his legs and went in the back of the net. Own goal, and the Toffees were 1-up. That was the state of play when we got to the break. Everton 1-0 up into the second half then, and an early great cross from Fred on 51, but Maguire again failed to get a touch to it. Marauding run by Shaw on 62 minutes, which really tested Pickford, but he did manage to push it away, and following up, James again had an effort that was blocked. On 69 minutes, a speculative effort from Lindelof just went a yard wide. United bossing the possession, but still not really creating any great chances, and their shooting boots were definitely off target. Martial was a bit of a disappointment, to be frank. Then on 76 minutes, this followed a substitution for United. James on the left, he cut inside, and he found Greenwood, the sub, on the edge of the penalty box, just inside, and his sweet left shot went in the corner, and so finally United had levelled the tie. After that, still more possession, but Everton came back into it, and there was a couple of half chances for both sides, but basically we got to the final whistle, and it ended up on as even. Final score then at Old Trafford was Manchester United 1 and Everton 1. So to Molyneux then, Wolves at home to Spurs. There was a very touching moment at the beginning of the match where the two Portuguese coaches gave each other a hug, Mourinho and Espirito Santo. Of course, they know each other very well from their time at Porto when Mourinho was the boss. Espirito Santo was a player, but he then became part of the coaching staff. So nice nice beginning to the game. Into the action though, and Mourinho's team got off to a great start. 8 minutes, a tremendous run by Mora. He jinked through the defence, went into the box, and he lashed his shot high into the roof of the net. Fabrizio had no chance whatsoever, and Spurs were 1 up. Response was good from Wolves. Traore had an effort which Casanegra dealt with, and Wolves were really playing some neat football as we've become accustomed to. Jota linked with Jimenez, but his effort just went a yard wide. And but then an opportunity for Spurs to double their lead. A nice clip ball by Ali over the top, and Dyer anticipated it, but his volley just hit the edge of the post and went away. So 1-0 at the break then. Into the second half, and Wolves were definitely bossing the possession. A fierce shot from Jimenez was pushed away by the goalkeeper, and on 67 minutes, finally they got what they deserved. Wolves, another powerful run from the halfway line by Traore, and the defenders backed off him, and from just outside the box he hit a rocket of a shot, and that was 1-1, well deserved. And after that, it looked like they might well get the winner, but there was a bit of some niggly tackles as well going in here, most of them by Spurs, trying to break up this Wolves sort of interlinking passes, and Traore was a victim. 2 scything tackles on him led to 2 yellow cards, one of which was for Kane. But then on 81 minutes, early against the run of play, a corner, and Vertonghen was there to get his head to the ball, and it crept in the corner, and Spurs had amazingly gone in front by 2-1. They were pretty fortunate, to be frank, and they held out till the final whistle. Wolves can count themselves a bit unlucky, really, but the final score at Molyneux was Wolves 1, Spurs 2. So, the last of the Sunday's matches then at the Emirates. Arsenal at home to Manchester City. Bloomberg hasn't really had much of an impact since he took over from Emery. Arsenal's form has been dreadful. They did have 2 changes. Kolasinac and Guendouzi were in, and Pepe also selected. Martinelli held his place. For Man City, no Stones or David Silva, both injured. Of course, Aguero's been out for some time. Foden was selected, and Bernardo on the bench. Early action then, and Martinelli created a half chance, but Ederson was well placed and pushed it wide. That was very early on, but on minute 2, first attack from City, a gorgeous pass from Fernandinho to Jesus, who was rampaging down the left, and he cut the ball back across the penalty area, and De Bruyne, charging in, smashed the ball like a rocket, and it went in just under the crossbar. Fantastic effort, and City were 1 up. Following that, there was a period of calm, but on 15 minutes, again City cleverly got the ball out of their own half, defending, and De Bruyne this time was put through by Jesus on the left side, and his cross pinpoint found Sterling all alone, unmarked, and of course he coolly slotted it home, and that was 2-0 to City. There was a little fracas involving Roda when he clipped Kolasnic's, got a yellow that led to the defender being replaced. But just before the half, on 40 minutes, De Bruyne got his second, slotting home after some precision work into the corner, and Leno no chance. So it was really a tremendous piece of finishing a game by the Belgian, and he just guided it with his left foot around the defender, and it ended up in the bottom of the net. So that was 3-0 at the Great. The second half was a bit of an anticlimax, really. There was a half chance for Aubameyang, but his header went wide. A couple of vague attempts by Arsenal, but the most significant incident in the second half was when Ozil was substituted, and he had a little mini tantrum as he left the field, and the Arsenal fans were booing him as he walked off the pitch. That was about it then. A very, very poor performance by the Gunners. It was a walk in the park for Manchester City, and they won this game by 3-0. So to the Monday night game at Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace against Brighton. Both sides have done pretty well this season so far. First half, well, a bit of a non-event really, although on 19 minutes, a nice move put Montoya in the clear, and he came in from the right stick, and he got his shot in, but it was saved by Gaeta. So into the second half then, on 49 minutes, Benteke's cross shot hit the post, which caught everybody unawares. On 53 minutes, the Seagulls went ahead, and it was a nice finish by Mopé from a cross from the right. He hit the ball on the volley, and basically it was 1-0 and no chance for Gaeta this time. Finally, on 75 minutes, after a period of pressure though, a great crossfield pass from Mihailovic found Sahar, and he cut inside and then outside again and unleashed a powerful left foot shot that hit the roof of the net, and Palace had pulled it back to 1-1. There was a final effort by Ayew on 80 minutes, but that went over the top, and we got to the final whistle, and it was a fair result, to be frank. Crystal Palace, final score, Crystal Palace 1, Brighton 2. So that completes week 17, and a quick look at the tables as usual. Liverpool now 10 points clear on 49 points, following Leicester stumbling at home to Norwich. They're still second on 39, but Manchester City have got a bit closer. They're third on 35. Then there's a big gap to Chelsea, who are fourth on 29. The closing pack in fifth, Spurs now on 26, with Man U and Sheffield on 25 and Wolves 24. Down at the bottom, Watford still holding everybody up with 9 points. Norwich got a point, so they're up to 12. And Southampton and Villa are both on 15. Everton are now fifth from bottom on 18, with West Ham and Bournemouth both getting wins. They've moved up to 19. There was some cracking goals as usual this weekend, but nothing could better the first goal by Kevin De Bruyne in the 3-0 win against Arsenal. It was absolutely out of this world. A tremendous strike, and his second was up there as well. So that's my goal of the week. Just to let you know that next weekend Liverpool won't be in action. They're at the World Club Championship being played in Doha. They enter it at the semi-final stage, and of course they're likely to meet the South American champions, and the name of them evades me at the moment. There are quarterfinals of the EFL Cup, and Liverpool are involved in that, but they're going to have virtually a reserve team out, and they're away at Aston Villa. Okay, that's your lot then.